Just because you're met with resistance or adversity doesn't mean that God didn't tell you to do something. I'm sitting here reading Exodus 5 when God tells Moses and Aaron to go to Pharaoh and tell him to let his people go out into the wilderness and worship him and make sacrifices to him. And Pharaoh essentially responds and he's like, who is your God? Like, why should I listen to him? No, you're not doing that. Actually, y'all are lazy, and that's why y'all are even coming up to me asking me that. So I'm actually going to make your work harder for you for even asking me that. So in this moment, we see Moses and Aaron were obedient to what God told them to do, but as a result, they're met with more oppression, more hardship, more difficulty. Oftentimes in life, when we are obedient to God or we're walking in our purpose, we can be met with adversity, difficulty, rejection, and we're looking at God like, you told me to do this, and it feels frustrating and confusing. But we see all throughout Scripture that God tells his people to do something, and they're faced with adversity and rejection. Even with the Hebrew boys, they're sent into the fire and they're told to turn the furnace up. So sometimes it can feel like it's getting worse. And even in that story, we see that there's a fourth man in the fire. God was with them the entire time. This is just encouragement to somebody that's being obedient and walking in their purpose and their calling, and they're being met with difficulty or rejection to keep going, because God gets the glory in the end. He knows the beginning to the end, so he knows how things are going to work out. So just as Paul tells us, persevere, be persistent, and keep going to the end.